Hello, I'm Jeremy, and welcome back to Jeremy U's Music Reviews. I listen to music and you hear my thoughts. You saw the title, you know what we're doing, so let's get into it. Album Quickies, Part 13, baby!
After all this time, I thought I had figured out, but I'm still learning how to love.
While I don't have a ton of experience with the happy fits, I heard some of the songs that they dropped this year and really liked them. So I was interested in hearing their new album, Under the Shade of Green. And my god, is it good! The opening track, Around and Around, is insanely fun and infectious, with awesome and fun production, passionate vocals, and enjoyable lyrics. Changes is an absolute bop, with catchy production, great vocals, unique lyrics, and one of the best hooks of the year. Another Try has very dynamic and cool production, atmospheric vocals, and enjoyable lyrics. In the Lobby is my favorite track of the album, with its incredibly jammin' production, awesome vocals, and insanely fun lyrics. Cold Turkey is an insanely jammin' track with toe-tapping production, awesome strings, incredible vocals, and cool lyrics. Dance Alone is incredibly catchy and fun, with infectious production, great vocals, and enjoyably unique lyrics. Sweet Things has a lovely production, fun vocals, and great lyrics. Little One is a phenomenal track, with infectious production, beautiful vocals, and memorable lyrics. Place in the World has really nice sounding production, enjoyable vocals, and well-written lyrics. And Do Your Worst is a solid closing track with fun and dynamic production, infectious vocals, and interesting lyrics that close the album out well. Under the Shade of Green is a really fun and enjoyable album that's a great introduction to the happy fits. The production is fun and infectious, the vocals are enjoyable, and the lyrics are unique. If you're a fan of bright and fun indie pop, Under the Shade of Green is a great album to check out. Fantastic work, happy fits. Can't wait to hear more of your music.
Better days, yeah, I know they're coming. My legs get weak, but I keep on running. I had a life, but I didn't love it. Takes time, but I'll overcome it.
Despite making Death to Mumble Rap a song that's as cringy as you think it is based on that title, GAWNE is a pretty solid rapper. I took a listen to some of his stuff, mostly his 2020 album Terminal and his new 2022 album Ghosts, both of which I recommend, even though Terminal has Death to Mumble Rap on it. And the dude has an ear for cool production, an awesome flow, and some good lyricism. And in addition to Ghosts, GAWNE made a 2022 collab album with Atlus, an artist I'm not as familiar with, but seems pretty cool based on what I've heard from him. And holy cow, is said album, titled Waves, freaking amazing. The opening track, Under Pressure, is a decent introduction, with atmospheric production, great vocals from Atlus and GAWNE, and solid lyrics. This Is War straight up slaps, with awesome production, a dynamic hook from Atlus, great rapping from GAWNE, cool lyrics, and a welcome addition in the form of Tech9, who delivers a killer guest verse. Sad is a really good track with solid production, great vocals from Atlus, GAWNE absolutely killing it, and well-written lyrics. Breaking My Back is a phenomenal track with awesome production, Atlus giving one of his best vocal performances, a decent GAWNE verse, and really good lyrics. The title track is awesome, with its incredibly grand production, awesome performances from Atlus and GAWNE, and incredibly clever and interesting lyrics. Criminal is a solid track with atmospheric production, an awesome hook from Atlus, great rapping from GAWNE, and really good lyrics. Die Young has very toe-tapping production, fantastic verses from Atlus and GAWNE, and great lyrics. And the closing track, Better Days, is my favorite off the album, with some atmospheric and infectious production, an incredible hook and verse from Atlus, GAWNE giving a fantastic verse that not only adds to the song, but is just incredibly satisfying to listen to, and absolutely beautiful lyrics about how better days will be ahead. Waves is a fantastic album. The production is awesome, Atlus and GAWNE work well with each other, the lyrics are absolutely fantastic, and Tech9's feature on This Is War is a wonderful cherry on top of this awesome sundae. If you like rap in any way, Waves is a must listen. It's an insanely good album from two awesome artists. Keep up the great work, GAWNE, and I'll definitely check out more of your stuff, Atlus. Oh, and before I move on to the next album, I put a link for a playlist of Atlus's covers in the description. Check them out. They're absolutely fantastic.
DJ Khaled bring the beat and I kill the beat. Can fling the lyrics. Yeah, his side is in the lead. Do not disbelieve our expensive feature. So some bitch to the boy smiling on got met me later. Boy them play hard if you want a paper.
Why does DJ Khaled still exist? Don't get me wrong, the dude has some solid bops, but he's a musical enigma that really offers nothing substantial. And yet, DJ Khaled is here, yet again, with his new album, God Did. And like Khaled, this thing is messy as hell. The opening track, no secret, is okay, I guess, with fine production, decent Drake vocals, and alright lyrics, but nothing that makes the song stick. These Streets Know My Name is a phenomenal track with infectious production, awesome vocals, and really cool lyrics. Conversely, Staying Alive is one of the worst songs of 2022 with boring production and awful Drake performance with a rage-inducingly bad interpolation of Staying Alive by the Bee Gees. Lil Baby giving us one of the most forgettable guest verses of his career and insanely generic lyrics. It Ain't Safe is just awful with awful production, mediocre lyrics, and why on earth would anyone think combining Nardo Wick and Kodak Black would result in a good product? The title track is pretty good with nice production, great vocals from everyone, especially Jay-Z, and solid lyrics. Keep Going is really messy and bland with obnoxious production, generic lyrics, and bad verses from everyone, even Lil Durk somehow. Use This Gospel remix is a decent track with alright production, verses from him and Kanye that are effective enough and okay lyrics. Juice WRLD Did is a track that I have mixed feelings on. Because on the one hand, the production is nice, Juice WRLD's vocals are really good, and the lyrics are fun. And on the other hand, this song is slapping a dead man onto a DJ Khaled album, which is one big pile of no. Big Time is alright, with okay production, solid vocals from Future, and okay Lil Baby performance and fine lyrics. Jadakiss interlude and Assad and Alam Cloth Talk are both solid interludes, with the former being really enjoyable and funky, and the latter being really adorable. Let's Pray is really bland, with generic and annoying production, a shockingly bad performance from Don Toliver, a generic Travis Scott performance, and whatever lyrics. Way Past Luck is okay, with really good production, a decent 21 Savage performance and alright lyrics, and Grateful is a decent closer, with nice production, good vocals from Vori, and solid lyrics that close the album out well. God Did is exactly what I expected out of a new DJ Khaled album. Some solid bops, some utter trash, and an overall lack of consistency. The production is all over the place. The features range from pretty solid to Nardo Wick and Kodak Black. Seriously, why on earth would you combine those two? And lyrics that range from to decent. If you're a DJ Khaled fan or are really curious about this album, there's no harm in giving God Did a peek. But if you really don't care, then you're not missing much by skipping this. Although definitely give These Streets Know My Name a listen. Seriously, that song is way too good for this album. Not terrible, but not that great either. An okay album.
Push the fucking pack off of the porch or break a pound down. Get the scrap if it happen to blow, it makes a round sounds. Pussycat on my lap, push it back and go to town down.
JID is an awesome rapper. His flow is on point, his laid-back vibe is awesome, and he has a unique charm that makes his songs and features insanely fun to listen to. Because of this, I was hyped for JID's third album, The Forever Story. And after listening to it, yeah, this album is amazing. The lead single, Surround Sound, is an absolute banger with incredible production, a beautiful sample, an S-tier JID performance, a solid 21 Savage verse, a Baby Tape verse that's just kind of there, and awesome lyrics. Galaxy is a beautiful opening track with atmospheric production, lovely JID vocals, and great lyrics. Stars is easily the album's best track, with its absolutely gorgeous production, atmospheric as hell vocals, and great lyrics. Crack Sandwich is an absolutely fantastic track with a groovy beat, cool vocals, and great lyrics. Bruddenem is a cool track with awesome production, cool vocals from JID that sound like spoken word poetry, a fantastic Lil Durk guest verse, and cool lyrics. Dance Now is a really cool banger with atmospheric production, cool vocals from JID and Kenny Mason, and awesome lyrics. Cody Blue 31 has phenomenal production with awesome audio samples, a soulful performance from JID, and well-written lyrics. Radar is an absolutely fantastic track with infectious production, a passionate JID performance, and great lyrics. Just in Time is an awesome track with great production, cool JID vocals, a solid Lil Wayne verse, and good lyrics. Can't Punk Me is a straight vibe with soulful production, great JID vocals, and cool lyrics. And Lauder 2 is a great closer with soothing production, phenomenal JID vocals, and good lyrics that end the album well. The Forever Story is an absolutely incredible project that really shows JID's talents. The production is straight up ear candy. JID kills it every time. The features range from okay to fantastic, and the lyrics are really interesting and well written. Like with Worldwide Pop, I highly recommend listening to The Forever Story as soon as you're done watching this video, as it's that freaking good. An absolutely fantastic album. Unlike this album is bad. Like, really freaking bad. I don't have that much experience with Muse, and I'm sure their other albums are much better than this. I actually took a listen to their second album, and it actually wasn't half bad. But Will of the People is just awful. Just awful. The opening track, which is also the title track, is a very generic and bland introduction, with obnoxious production, generic vocals, and meaningless lyrics. Not to mention the annoying repetition of the will of the people, the will of the people, the will of the will of the will of the will of the... Kill or Be Killed is the closest thing this album has to a saving grace, with solid production, decent vocals, and alright lyrics. Compliance is absolute dog water, with horrendous production, awful vocals, an annoyingly catchy hook, and unbearably cheesy lyrics. You Make Me Feel Like It's Halloween is such a try-hard track, with melodramatically spooky production, annoying vocals, and ridiculous lyrics. Ghosts, How Can I Move On is an okay piano line, ruined by obnoxious vocals and awful lyrics. Euphoria has ear-gratingly bad production, bad vocals, and dumb, meaningless lyrics. Won't Stand Down has ugly production, obnoxious vocals, and disposable lyrics. Verona starts out with a decent 80s synth, which is then ruined by a hollow field, obnoxious mixing, bland vocals, and mediocre lyrics. And We Are Effing Effed is a pretty forgettable closing track, as the production just kind of stumbles around, obnoxious and boring vocals, and whatever lyrics. Will of the People is an album that just pisses me off in so many ways. This is what people who hate The Click think that album is. An obnoxious, overly theatrical mess that tries to sound smarter than it actually is. And sure, The Click isn't a perfect album, but each song, aside from the overture, has something to say and sounds good while doing it, for the most part. But with Will of the People, the production sounds flat, either straight up sucking, trying way too hard to capture the theatrical charm of acts like Will Wood and Tally Hall without having the authenticity or creativity of those acts, or having decent elements ruined by the overall hollowness of the song. The vocals are forgettable, and the lyrics aren't even hilariously bad. They're just word salad that thinks it's saying something profound when it's really nothing substantial and just fades into the background. I realize that there are some people who do like this album, and if you're one of them, then that's absolutely fantastic. This is all my subjective opinion, and I'm glad you got more enjoyment out of Will of the People than I did. But I'm sorry, this thing's a mess. It's too boring and hollow to be a guilty pleasure on the level of angelic to the core, too forgettable to be rage-inducingly bad on the level of DS Forever, and not incompetent enough to be an interesting failure on the level of sane anger. Kill or Be Killed is an alright track that deserves at least one listen, but other than that, make like a jump rope and skip this album.
I've been dancing at my funeral, waiting for you to arrive.
Yungblud is a decent artist. I wouldn't call him an absolute GOAT, but I've heard some of the dude's stuff, and he has some legit talent. And I was very interested in seeing whether Youngblood's new self-titled album would match that. And yeah, it did. The opening track, The Funeral, is an absolute banger, with infectious as hell production, awesome vocals from Yungblud, and incredibly fun lyrics. Memories is a solid bop, with fun and catchy production, great vocals from Yungblud, cool lyrics, and a great guest verse from Willow. I Cry 2 has fun production, hyper-pop-esque vocals, and good lyrics. Don't Feel Like Feeling Sad Today is a decent track with atmospheric production, passionate vocals from Yungblud, and solid lyrics. Mad has awesome production, fantastic vocals, and insanely good lyrics. Tissues is a straight bop with phenomenal production, infectious vocals from Yungblud, and cool lyrics. Cruel Kids has insanely infectious production that reminds me of Send Me On My Way by Rusted Root, which is a song that absolutely slaps, by the way. Awesome vocals from Yungblud and cool lyrics. Sweet Heroine has very nice and relaxing production, lovely vocals from Yungblud, and solid lyrics. Don't Go has incredibly jamming production, awesome vocals and really enjoyable lyrics, and The Boy in the Black Dress is an enjoyable closing track with awesome production, great vocals from Yungblud, and lyrics that do a good job of giving the album proper closure. Youngblood's self-titled album is an incredible project. The production is insanely infectious, Youngblood's voice is enjoyably gruff and theatrical, Willow's feature on Memories is nice, and the lyrics are really fun. If you're a fan of pop punk or want something to jam to, definitely give this album a listen. Fantastic job, Yungblud. I'll definitely check out more of your stuff. And on the opposite end of the spectrum,
won't you take me to Funky Town? Won't you take me to Funky Town?
I like Minions: The Rise of Gru. It's a fun movie that reminds me of why I love Despicable Me and the Minions so much. But does the soundtrack match the movie in quality? Well, yes and no. See, unlike most movie soundtracks, which are usually comprised of mostly of original songs, which with maybe one or two covers, Rise of Gru's soundtrack only has one original song, Turn Up the Sunshine, with the rest either being covers or instrumental tunes. And like the songs in Curtain Call 2, they are a massive mixed bag. The St. Vincent cover of Funky Town is a guilty pleasure because while it is a really bad cover, it's so bizarre and uncanny that it falls into the realm of so bad it's good. The Phoebe Bridgers cover of Goodbye to Love is actually really nice, with Phoebe's beautiful voice combining with the lovely production to make the song hit really hard. The Brockhampton cover of Hollywood Swinging is one of the most garish things I've ever heard, with obnoxious production and grating vocals, making it absolutely insane to think that this is the same band that made Roadrunner New Light New Machine. Cecilia is probably the weirdest track on the soundtrack, as it's a cover by the Minions themselves, and it sounds exactly like how you think it sounds. The Brittany Howard and Verdine White cover of Shining Star is pretty cool, capturing the retro groove of the original song while still being its own thing. The Her cover of Dance to the Music is a fun jam, with enjoyable production, nice vocals, and a retro flair that matches the original. The Bleachers cover of Instant Karma is pretty fun and infectious, with nice production and awesome vocals. The Thundercat cover of Fly Like an Eagle is awesome, with fantastic production and beautiful vocals. Definitely a highlight. The Kali Uchis cover of Dessa Finado, I'm definitely mispronouncing that, is very nice with relaxing production and Callie's gorgeous vocals, as well as a nice jazzy atmosphere. The Way's Blood cover of You're No Good is solid, with nice production and breezy vocals. The Caroline Polachek cover of Bang Bang is solidly atmospheric, with nice jazzy production and decent vocals. And the only original track on the album, Turn Up the Sunshine, is a really fun and enjoyable bop, with jazzy retro production, awesome vocals from Diana Ross and Kevin Parker, and very fun lyrics. The Rise of Gru soundtrack is a very odd album, both on its own and as a soundtrack for the film. But despite that, it is still a decent album. The covers are all over the place in terms of quality, ranging from awful to decent, and the vocals are solid. It's not an album that's a must listen, but if you're curious, there's nothing wrong with giving the Rise of Gru soundtrack a listen. An alright soundtrack for an alright film.
Praise the Lord for serving women in the engine, crispy chicken. Praise the Lord for East Atlanta, country grandma, and my nana.
While I don't have much experience with BRELAND, I did love his collab with Thomas Rhett, praise the Lord, and was interested in seeing if his debut album Cross Country would be just as good. And after listening to Cross Country, yeah, it's pretty fun. Let's start with Praise the Lord. This track slaps insanely hard. The production is incredibly infectious, with a ton of gospel flares that I am an absolute sucker for. A charismatic performance from BRELAND, a laid-back and fun guest verse from Thomas Rhett, and fun lyrics, all of which combine to make Praise the Lord a great first impression. And the fun doesn't stop there. The opening track, Here For It, is a fantastic introduction, with sunshiny production, fantastic vocals from BRELAND, a great guest verse from Ingrid Andress, and charming lyrics. Throw It Back is an absolute banger, with production that absolutely slaps, incredibly fun vocals from BRELAND, a surprisingly good guest verse from Keith Urban, and great lyrics. Told You I Could Drink is a solid vibe, with relaxing production, soft vocals from BRELAND, Charles Kelly and Hilary Scott of Lady A are a welcome addition, and the lyrics are really good. Natural has incredibly infectious and catchy production, sunshiny vocals from BRELAND, and fun lyrics. Happy Song is a very lovely track with atmospheric and beautiful production, fantastic vocals from BRELAND, and unique and emotional lyrics. The title track is a really nice song with enjoyable production, lovely vocals from BRELAND and Mickey Guyton, and cool lyrics. Also, the music video is really interesting. Growing Pains is a lovely track with nice production, phenomenal vocals, and really unique and well-written lyrics. County Line has infectious production, fun vocals from BRELAND, and enjoyable lyrics. Good For You has really nice production, passionate vocals from BRELAND, and good lyrics. And Alone at the Ranch is a fantastic closing track with atmospheric and lovely production, soft vocals from BRELAND, and really nice lyrics that make the song feel very pleasant. Cross Country is a really fun album that really shows BRELAND's potential. The production is either fun and infectious or soft and emotional. BRELAND's vocals are fantastic, the features are all effective, and the lyrics are unique and interesting. If you love artists like Nico Moon or Lil Nas X, give this album a listen, as it has the same kind of infectious fun as those artists. Great job, BRELAND. I'll be rooting for you.
Go fuck yourself. I wish you out, you're going to hell. Go fuck yourself.
I've had a very interesting relationship with Blackbear's music. When I first heard him on Do Re Mi, a song I still loathe to this day, I wrote Blackbear off as a talentless hack, and Hot Girl Bummer only added flames to the fire. But after hearing him on songs like My Ex's Best Friend, Queen of Broken Hearts, Memory, Am I High RN, and Champagne and Pools, Blackbear has slowly grown on me as an artist, showing me that, despite some major flaws, BB could be good if he wanted to. Which brings us to his new album, In Loving Memory. And like Traumazine, In Loving Memory doesn't reinvent the wheel, but it managed to be a pretty alright experience. The opening track, I Don't Love Me, is a pretty enjoyable opener, with fantastic production, decent vocals from Blackbear, and interesting lyrics. GFY is a great FU song, with infectious production, fun vocals, a ridiculous yet awesome guest verse from Machine Gun Kelly. Seriously, MGK and Blackbear should just release a collab album, they work really well together, and immature yet cathartic lyrics. Toxic Energy has toe-tapping production, infectious Blackbear vocals, a solid guest verse from Burt McCracken, and solid lyrics. The Idea has toe-tapping production, a good vocal performance from Blackbear, and enjoyable lyrics. Dead Inside is a straight bop with energetic production, great vocals, and interesting lyrics. Painkiller has infectious production, fun vocals, and decent lyrics. Poltergeist is a banger with energetic production, passionate vocals, and cool lyrics. Nothing Matters has groovy production, enjoyable Blackbear vocals, a nice contribution from Jordan Pundik, and solid lyrics. Not to mention this song samples audio of Carl from Aqua Teen Hunger Force, and any song that samples ATHF gets my seal of approval. Fool You has groovy production, cool Blackbear vocals and solid lyrics, and Hazel Inside is a beautiful closer with lovely production, a soft performance from Blackbear, and nice lyrics that give the album some nice closure. While In Loving Memory is far from an Album of the Year contender, it is still an effective album that does what it wants to do. The production is decent, Blackbear is enjoyable, the features all work, especially MGK on GFY, and the lyrics are typical Blackbear fare. If you want an album with this kind of sound made in 2022, Mainstream Sellout and Yungblud's self-titled album are probably better options. But In Loving Memory isn't a bad choice either. Not a strong recommendation, but an alright album worth checking out. Not bad, Blackbear.
Maybe I should join the cult. At least they'll tell me it's not my fault that the world is such a circus, that my life ain't got no purpose.
I found out about Steve Aoki from his collab with AJR and Lil Yachty, Pretender. And after listening to some of his other stuff, Aoki is alright. He's not an amazing producer, but he doesn't have any glaring flaws, like Marshmello's bombast, David Guetta's obnoxiousness, or the Chainsmokers' poor lyricism. Also, his remix of Mi Gente absolutely slaps. As such, I was curious to see how Steve's new album, HiroQuest Genesis, would play out. And after listening to it, HiroQuest Genesis is a pretty fun album. HiroQuest Anthem is an insanely fun instrumental opener, with a ton of fun and energy, doing a great job of getting you hyped for the album. Cult is my favorite track on the album, with its incredibly moody and dark yet infectious and fun production, awesome performance from Grandson, fun guest verse from Jazea, and insanely melodramatic and campy lyrics. While I get how someone could hate The Whistle as it's an EDM track based on repeatedly blowing a whistle, I personally love the track, as it has an incredibly infectious and fun energy, and the whistle blowing isn't too annoying, at least in my opinion. Whole Again is a phenomenal early 2010s-esque EDM banger, with great production, fantastic vocals from John Martin, great lyrics, and a drop that slaps so friggin' hard. Movie Star is a nice bop with infectious and fun production, great vocals from Global Dan, and awesome guest verse from Modson, and very fun lyrics. Stars is a solid vibe with nice production, surprisingly good vocals from Lil Xan, and decent lyrics. Just Us 2 is absolutely fantastic with its awesome production and enjoyable atmosphere, great vocals from Adam Lazzara of Taking Back Sunday, and cool lyrics. You Don't Get to Hate Me has a toe-tapping beat, awesome vocals from Goody Grace, and solid lyrics. Move On has decent production with a phenomenal drop, solid vocals from Kane Brown, and good lyrics. All Hype is a decent track with atmospheric production, great vocals from Bryce Vine, and solid lyrics. The instrumental interludes range from meh to decent. Perfect is a very fun banger with awesome production, great vocals from PNB Rock, rest in peace, and 24 Hours, and unique lyrics. Stars Don't Shine has relaxing production, great vocals from Global Dan, and solid lyrics. Demons has a vibey beat, great vocals from Georgia Koo, and good lyrics. And Black Pullet is a cool instrumental track that ends this album with a bang. HiroQuest Genesis is a very entertaining and fun EDM album. Like the Funk Wave Bounces albums, it manages to take several artists of wildly different genres and create enough connective tissue to make them feel similar to each other, yet different at the same time. The production is fun, every feature does a fantastic job, and the lyrics are very interesting and unique. If you want some fun EDM bangers, HiroQuest Genesis is a good album to check out. Great job, Steve Aoki and crew.
I like that, yeah. I like that, yeah. I like that. Angel running fingers through my hair. I like that, yeah. I like that, yeah. I like that. Way we touching got you singing, yeah.
You might remember Bazzi from his 2017 song Mine, which became a bit of an internet meme. Well, I recently got into Bazzi from his song I Like That and was very interested in hearing his new album, Infinite Dream. And after listening to it, Infinite Dream is a very solid vibe. Let's start with I Like That. God, this song is so good. The production is relaxing as a heck. The lyrics are pretty relaxing and soothing, and Bazzi's performance is so chill and laid back that it immediately sends a calming wave throughout your body. It's an absolutely fantastic track that was a great lead single for the album. And the other tracks are good too. The title track is a short but really solid opener with atmospheric production, great vocals, and cool lyrics. Will It Ever Feel the Same is an absolutely beautiful track with gorgeous production, a fantastic vocal performance from Bazzi, and incredibly soulful lyrics. One Way Ticket is an awesome track with catchy and soothing production, bouncy vocals, and solid lyrics. Miss America is a solid bop with infectious production, nice vocals from Bazzi, and cool lyrics. Little Miss Sunshine is an awesome track with fantastic production, great vocals, and good lyrics. Only Fan has really solid production and infectious performance from Bazzi, a solid Corday verse, and interesting lyrics. Heaven is a decent vibe with nice and soothing production, engaging Bazzi vocals, and good lyrics. Uh-Oh has really cool production with a nice toe-tapping rhythm, solid Bazzi vocals, and decent lyrics. Staying Up Late is a beautiful atmospheric vibe with gorgeous production, incredible Bazzi vocals, and great lyrics. Lost in the Simulation is a solid bop with toe-tapping production, infectious Bazzi vocals, and well-written and unique lyrics. SYWM has groovy production, soulful Bazzi vocals, and solid lyrics. DLMA is an atmospheric vibe with relaxing and groovy production, soothing vocals from Bazzi and Laney, and good lyrics. Young and Alive straight up slaps with absolutely fantastic production, great Bazzi vocals, and great lyrics. And Don't Leave Me Now is a great closing track with lovely production, passionate vocals from Bazzi, and interesting lyrics that do a good job closing the album. Infinite Dream is a very lovely album. The production is beautiful. Bazzi's laid back and pleasant voice is a joy to hear. The features all work and the lyrics are really unique and cool. If you want a calming album to help you relax from a stressful day, Infinite Dream should be right up your alley. Great job, Bazzi. I'll definitely check out more of your stuff. And before we end things, here's some more 2022 albums I recommend giving a listen.
Slow it down, don't wanna miss our moment. Stay in my space to people that don't quit. Same thing, they're dead.
Yeah, I can't help but feel my groove. I can't help but feel. Oh, am I the only one looking for substance? God,
do you feel something? Feel something? I need to know, no. Do you feel something?
Well, I'm staring at an unfamiliar ceiling, and I should leave, 'cause everybody here is tripping some new drug except for me, 'cause I don't have the money. And
sick of this dish, won't be a holla back bitch, won't be a holla back bitch, won't be a holla back bitch, won't be a holla back bitch.
I
pistol in her glove compartment. In a tinted Rolls Royce, spilling kush, crumb sipping gin and OJ. Sing you pull up in the Porsche, looking more free than a new divorcee.
When opportunity meets preparation, I'm going off like a detonation. I want it all, fuck a reparation. I do it all with no hesitation. Maybe I'm better alone. I say I'll get better, I won't.
As always, if you like these albums or any album I talked about in this video, give them a listen. And this is where we end things. Comment your thoughts on these albums and some albums you listened to over the year, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.